Welcome to the second class of our 5 hours beginners level program in a Matlab. Okay, so I'll just quickly recap. Okay, I'll just quickly recap what we have did in the last class. Okay, so we just had a basic introduction on what is mean by why we need Matlab, right? So we just gone through that and we just saw how to interpolate or how to get terms inside a Matlab. We just saw the different GUIs, right? Different command boxes in a Matlab, right? The same way, following that, we are just going to start with okay, we are going to start with the second hour. Okay, so quickly I'll just recap that. So we have a command window where we'll be inserting our inputs, right? So we have current folder, which just describes the folder which we are working in, and then workspace, overall overlook of what we are doing in a command window, and then we have separate tabs, right? So we'll today in the SAR we'll just start with the scripts. Okay, so many people were asking, so you are just saying about scripts, what is meant by script, right? So we'll start off with that. Okay, so how to create a script, that's the first question. So in the home tab we have an option of creating a new script, right? Okay, we have a option of creating a new script. I just click that, just gets a new script. I can just start writing my script here. Okay, yes, so you can see here. So as we know, if we just save a document, whether it will be having a specific type, right? So if we just save a PDF, it will come the certain name dot PDF, right? If we save Excel, same. If we save a Word document, according to that, right? So what does the MATLAB extension have? Okay, what a MATLAB file will be. Okay, so you can just go here and try saving that. Okay, you just try saving it. You will be getting what you will be getting. You just give me some example. You just give your opinion. So what will be the extension of that? Yes, yeah, I can just see the extension of a MATLAB file or a script file. We are going to do as a M file. Okay, so M file, if we just denote a M file, means it just directly gets you two things, whether it may be a script or it may be a okay. Okay, so what is meant by script? We are coming to the point of what is meant by script. So in the last class you were just saying about script, right? So what is mean by script? Okay, scripts or set of program files. Okay, I just said, right, dot m, it has an extension of dot m. So what the script file is, the script file is the exact content of the corresponding function file. Okay, suppose you are just instructing your robot to do a work continuously. We'll just consider a pick and place robot. Okay, so what it will do, it will just go to one certain position with a coordinate of x, y and z, right? So it will go to the predefined xyz it will open its gripper, it will grab that, it will lift with a certain velocity, it will just drag to the next position with a certain xyz velocity, and it will reach that position, right? So it there, once it reaches there, it will just open that and it will just keep that here, right? So it has a set of operations, so we'll be just giving that as a code, right? So this is the basic thing is just go to this position, take that, just go to there and leave there, right? That is the basic thing, all out of that. Okay, so this is what we call script. So what is meant by function? Okay, so just get a clear idea what is meant by script. Okay, script is the real work, whether it may be an repeated or a non-repeated, or if you it's like timely dependent work. It's not like that. It is script is something, nothing but a purely dedicated program file. Okay, so before we just had only 3 tabs: home, plot and apps. When we just start working on a script, we got a 3 more tabs: editor, publish and then view, right? So before getting into that, I'll just take you to some of the what is mean by scripts. I'll just get you some more knowledge what is mean by scripts, everything, right? Okay, so as we just saw, to create a script file, what we did, we can just either open your MATLAB software, you can just say home, you can navigate to your home tab, new script, or else you can go to your editor, new, and then script, right? So you can just open a new script here, right? If we are writing in a C program or any other language program, to use the command lines, right? What is mean by command lines? Suppose I am assuming a variable to be a is equal to 6, right? Before that, I just want to say my user who is going to use this code that this variable is assigned for certain operation. So in other Python or any other programming languages, we'll be using this double slash, or we'll be using star and then hash, right? The same way in MATLAB, we'll be using percentage. I'll say A denotes number of students. So I'll just assume A to be 6. The same I can just again write B denotes number of teachers, and then I can assume it just maybe 4. Okay, it just gives. Okay, so what is the use of percentage in a MATLAB editor? So if we use a percentage symbol, automatically the line following that will be skipped. It knows it's just a command. It just describes something to the user who used that. Okay, the same way we just move on to the next line. Same, we have a percentage, we just move on to the next line, right? I just expect everyone to be very interactive, since it is an interactive session, right? So I need everyone to be at least saying, okay, sir, it's fine. We can proceed. Okay. Next. So I have a set of things here. Okay. I just delete this of everything as of now. I'll just go with a basic script file now. Okay. So I'll just take number of students. I'll just take a variable called number of students whose value is 6,000. Okay. I take another variable teaching staffs is equal to 150 non-teaching staffs equal to 20. You just keenly observe what I'm doing. So I just say total people present in my institute is number. I just copy this as of now to save time and to save error. Control V plus. Okay, so I'm doing that. Here I just mentioned, I just assigned some variables. I have assigned three variables called number of students, teaching staffs, non-teaching staffs. So I just said I have 6,000 students, I have 150 staffs, and I have 20 non-teaching staffs, right? So I use the formula how to find the total number of people present in my institute. So total is add these three. Okay, so once you have added, you just display that. You're going to display that value. Okay, so we are going to use a command called display, called disp. So what it's gonna do, it's gonna display the variable total. Okay, so shall we run and see this? Shall we see? Have a run. I can hear it. I'll just run here. It just ask me before running this, just save your folder or the file you are working on. Okay, so here I just say practice. See, this type of file is just save is .m. Okay, so I'll just save it in my desktop. Save. Okay, so when I just write my practice, which is my file name, just the answer is 617. So whenever I want to call a thing, I can just say practice. So when I call this script, what it should do. So when I call the script in my command window, it just execute the script, and what is the output? It just gives that. Okay, is that clear about this point? What is a script? How we worked on a script? So it is not different. See, you just see the command window. You just see the command window. What it is, you can just say what is meant by practice. Practice is nothing but our folder name or the script name which we are using, right? So when I call the particular script called practice, it just, when I run this, it, what it does is it just fetch what is mean by the practice folder. So it runs the program. At last, what we are going to do, display, we are going to display the total value. So when I run that, it displays the total value. Okay, I'll just go on with even more simpler problem. Okay, I'll just delete this off. I'll just go on with a simpler problem. I'll just say a variable called a to be 5. Okay, another variable b to be 7, Okay, and then C is equal to A plus B, and then we'll introduce another thing. D is equal to C plus, sorry, sine of A. Okay, or okay, fine. I'll just go to the next. F is equal to, sorry, E, right? E is equal to 10 times of B. Okay, so F will take another thing. We'll just say exponential of minus B. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, when I just execute, I have only 3 assigned variable, rest all this. Okay, so now I start running this program. Just check. So what was there? So when I just run this program, first this takes line, okay, it assigns A to be 5, B to be 7. Okay, then C is equal to A plus B. Okay, so it just does the operation and it gets updated. C is equal to 12, D is equal to C plus sin A, learn point this, E is equal to this, F is equal to this. Okay, you're getting now? Yes. So we are going to see some data conversions. So this is very basics, right? So we'll just move on to, we'll just go in this 1 hour, we'll just do some data conversion techniques. We can edit, right? That's what I'm saying. No, if I want to edit the script, I can just edit. I can just go back to my editor notebook. I can just edit. If I, instead of here, I want to do something like D, I can do that. I can run it. It's not a problem. I can edit. You can import that. See, you can just open this. You can just open this here. You can open your file here. You can just edit, start editing here. Say like A plus B again, and then run. So you can edit. Okay, so as of now I'll just delete off this everything. Okay, so I'm going to keep only one variable and you are going to say what happens here. Okay, so I have a variable called x whose value is 3. Okay, so I have a variable called x whose value is 3. Okay, I am going to introduce a function called is. What is meant by is? Okay, we have a set of functions in MATLAB. So the first among those is called is function. So the purpose of is function is to detect that state. Okay, for that I'll just go on with a basic example. Okay, is integer. Okay, is integer x. I'm going to run this. Let me see what happens here. I'll just clear this window of CLC. Okay, I'll just run this program. Just check what happens. What is here? I just say x is equal to 3 and I say is integer x. So it gives me the value when I just run x is equal to 3 and then answer, because we didn't assign any variable. So this is logical 0. What is mean by logical 0 here? Why the answer was logical 0? Can anyone just guess it? Why the answer was a logical? First of all, why it wasn't logical? Yes, great. Yes, great. Yes, you people are correct. I just expect from everyone. So I'll just ask the people who are answering, I just appreciate your answers. I'll just go a bit ahead so that everyone gets to know that. Okay. So I'll just go to the next line. I'm writing is float x. The same way is vector x is scalar x is numeric x. Okay, so I'm going to run this. I'll just clear this so that we will avoid some confusions. Just run this. So you can see here, now you can infer the people who didn't answer, I'll just give it here. X is equal to 0 first. So for first thing it was 0, for rest of the thing it is not. Because it just states. It just states. So in small things, people are asking if 0 means false or maybe a number less than, right? But 3 is an integer, right? But we got 0, but it is not a float, it's not a vector, but we have got 1 for everything, right? So you just think about what is that? What is that? So someone was saying it is more than, yes. So for an undefined sector, if you take a MATLAB operation, okay, for an, yes, someone asking some doubts. Yeah, just proceed. I'll just explain once that so that you'll be, yeah. 0 for true. Okay. Yes, go ahead. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, I just need this everyone to discuss. Just instead of just saying I just teach, you people just come over with various things so that we can just answer them. Okay, I guess you people didn't get what I'm just saying that. Okay, great. I guess see people are just, yes. So without, okay, just as of now, I'll just rewind a bit more back. Okay, so I'll just clear it off. I'll just come with very basic stuff. Okay, fine. Okay, so I'm going to teach even more basic things to make you people understand. Okay, so yeah, I'm just going to for your understanding and to know how well you are good at some parts. I'm going to write some codes now so that you people just try to answer, try to just give me the thing output of that certain program. Okay, so I'm just giving a variable called a whose value is 100 and b to be 200. Okay, I'm just writing using if function. If a is greater than or equal to b, I'm just saying maximum of max is equal to a. Else max equal to b. End. So if I write this program, if I run this program, what will be my output? What will be my output? Yes. Yes. So if we run this program, just check. I'm getting the variable max have the value to be 200. The same thing, I'm just going to modify a bit different. Okay. So I'm just changing the condition now. So I'm deleting this off. Yeah. So what will be my output if I just do this, if I run this program? You just try to know what is my this. Okay. As of this, let it be here. If I run this program, what will be my output here? Okay. So we'll try running it. Great. So what is here? We use G. What is G? Some people was saying, okay, what is mean by G? Yeah. What is meant by G in a lab? Many people were answering correctly and some were asking, sir, what is G? Yeah. What is mean by G here? Can anyone guess what is meant by G? G is nothing but what we have written before. It's a comparative. What we have written before, A is greater than or equal to B. Right? The same thing, yes. We are just using a function here. Instead of using the comparison operator, we are using a function which is called G, which means greater than or equal to. The same thing. Now, yes, I'm just happy with this. I'm just going to use another thing. I just use here, instead of GE, I'm just using LE. So what will be my answer here? Okay, I'll run this. I'll run this now. So I got answer to be 10. Why it is 10? Sorry, 100. What is mean by LE? Great. It is less than. So here we are just avoiding our operators. Instead of operators, we are bring in an function. So GE represents greater, LE represents lesser or equal, lesser or it is equal to that value. Okay, the same thing, I'm just modifying it here. I just delete this off. Okay, I just delete this off. I just use this. So what does it means? What does it means? I just run this program. I just use CLC. I just run this program. My output is 100. So this condition is not true. So only, sorry, this condition is true. So only it gets this, right? So what is this condition? Double AND. You just, everyone try to answer. It's not like thing. See, if you try to answer, you can get. Even though it is wrong or right, you don't mind that. You just try answering that. Yes, great. So it works for an condition and the same way, if we use two bars, we just say it is an OR gate. And or if two condition are true, you just know about the logical condition, right? If one is true and two is also true, then I get me this value. If any one is good or if any one is correct, just go with OR gate. Okay, you're comfortable with that? You're comfortable with what we have teach now? So I'm just going to introduce some things here. Okay, so I'll just go here now. I'll just clear it off. You're gonna answer these now. So I just use a simple thing. Okay, x is equal to 1, 5. We just run this. What happens? So what is that meaning? What is the meaning? If I just say 1 and a colon and a 5. Yes. So it just say start from this number up to this number. So if I say y is equal to start from 1 and up to 10. You just run this. So y is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 up to 10. So if I say again now a new element called the w, which is 1, 2, 2, 10. So what does it means? So here it is means from 1 to 10. So set of values from 1 to 10. Now I use another term, just I say 1 colon 2 colon 10. So what does it mean? You just check it. I just run it. You can see it starts from 1 and it ends at 10. So the 2 represent it's just step. So you just start with 1. It will just take the second element from 1. So the 3, and then second element is 5, second element is 7, and then 9. So that is called a stepwise operator. Okay, the same way I can just write z is equal to minus 100 to 5 is to 0. Okay, so if I run this, what will be my answer? So minus 10 minus 95, everything up to 0. So it has 24 things, right? So I just write whose. I'll just write C whose. So what and all variables we have used, what and all data we have stored. It just describes that everything. Okay, we have this here. We have a variable called number of students, this, everything. So we have here 1 cross 21, right? Is that fine? Shall we proceed? Yes, great. So we just move on a bit ahead. Okay, so I'm going to introduce a variable called something like d is equal to rand of 10 comma 1. So what is my answer? You just check. So I'll just clear it off. I just run this. What? So I'm getting a value called d. I just say rand and 10 and 1. So what does it mean? What does it means? The same thing, I'm just copying it again. You just compare the two values and get to know what is that. See, I'm saying another variable called e. Okay, e. I just run this. Sorry, here I just write 2 here. Okay, and I run here. So what is the difference here? You can just see, right? So this I am going to use a random number. Yes, great. So you are going to get 10 random numbers. Okay, so what is that 1 and 2 represents? For every run, so you are going to run your code for 10 times. For every time, or the output you are going to get, how many outputs you are going to get that time. So every time get me. Why every time it just go around, it just get me a value. So here, so 10 times one value you will get. Here I just say two values. For every time I want two values. So first time I got two values, second two values, 10. If I say 10, you just go for 10 times and just give me 10 values. If I say 100, the same thing does. Okay. You're getting that? So what is the maximum limit here? Okay, it's nice question actually. So we just, as of now, we just have went up to 100 matrix, right? So you can just go here. You can see. How much ever if you go, see, it's all dependent on how much size you are going to store. Okay, so in a normal Excel, okay, in a normal Excel sheet, you'd be working, right? So in that, what the maximum value you can hold? Can anyone guess what the maximum value in an Excel sheet you are working in? Okay, can anyone say that? So if you are unaware, it can hold, since it is see, it's not a defined thing. It is an keep on updating. If you just see based on versions, it will be like something like 2 power 64 as of between 2000 before 2016, and now it is 2 power, it's 2 power 2 power 8. So same things, it depends on the sizes. But if you just ask for limit, here we have 10 cross 10, 10 cross 100 matrix, right? So we can hold up to 10,000 cross 10,000 matrix. If you can ask, what if we just give a value extra than 10,000 cross 10,000, it will show any error, or it will just pop out something like we can't store this much value? No. So what it does is, you can ask, suppose I'm giving some 15,000 cross 15,000 matrix. So what it does? So what it does is, it tries to divide it among two equal halves, 7,000 and 7,000. So it will just divide into two segments, and the operation between that will be correlated. How we say, we were using, right, script, we don't want to just say entire things. Where will we just call the script, it just we get the code to be done, right? The same thing here. If you run, if you have a bigger size matrix, if you run that, it will just divide it into according size. Something like if you have 50,000, it will divide into 5 equal parts, and it will store it according to that, and it will obviously correlate among themselves. Okay, so this is fine, right? So I'll just delete these off as of now. Okay, and I'll clear here too. I'll just introduce a last thing here. I'll just say here, I'll build a matrix here before entering. I'll just build a matrix, random numbers. Okay, rand. I just say 10 cross 10. Okay, I just build a random number. Okay, I have a matrix. Now I'm saying, just keenly watch what I'm doing. I'm just saying 1 colon 3 comma, and then I didn't mention anything, and just colons. What is this all about? Instead, I can run this program and I can show you. What is this? Before we just saw what is colon represent, right? So colon represent from 1 to 3. So here I have two parts. I have something before this comma and after this comma, right? So basically, if I mention a matrix and say two parts, it means the first parts belong to the row, the second part belongs to the column. I'm just saying, from X, take from first row to third row. It just took 1 2 3. It just printed 1 2 3 comma. I'm not mentioning any starting point, any ending point. I'm just using a colon alone, so it represents everything. So what it does, it just take first 3 rows and the entire column. So first 3 rows and the entire 10 columns. Okay, sir, now you can ask, sir, it is 100 cross 10 cross 10 matrix. You know how much is the size of it? Suppose like it is 100 cross 100 matrix, or it is a matrix, we don't know its size, it's an output of some variable. How to define that? Okay, you can say, you can just use a command called end. You can see now, you just get me the value. Here I'll just reduce the size. It's not a, see, it just gives that. I'll say, instead of that, you just pick from every this alternative rows, just run it. See, every alternative rows has been picked from starting to the end. Okay, you're getting that? So in tomorrow's class, what we are going to see is the rest of the things. So we'll be starting to write our code in scripts. Then we'll start plotting graphs for different scripts. What is the outputs? The output what we are going to, they are going to get, will be how we'll classify based on that. We'll work according to that. Since we were going some basics now, it will be quite boring for you to learn. You just want to think this. But from tomorrow's class, we'll be quite engaged with the things we are working on and we are going to learn, what we are going to learn. Okay, so I'll dedicate this remaining of the time. I have some 10 minutes more, right? So I'll just dedicate that for the interaction time so that people who have doubt, they can just post it there and I'll be answering those. Okay.